Recording in progress.
Sounds ominous.
I'll be at church with it. Madam President, Commissioners, good morning. It's now 11:30.
All right, thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us. We'll go ahead and get started with our pre-commission agenda. First, if there are any concerns, just general housekeeping items that any of the commissioners would like to address before we discuss the agenda. Oh, all right, seeing none. Any comments, concerns regarding our agenda for today?
Yes, Madam President.
Commissioner Hanson.
Had a question on the big ticket item, the design contract with CSHQA for $1.3 million on the facility that they're going to design, the new traffic operations facility. Sean did a great job doing the presentation a couple weeks ago, and I asked about because in order to make the state highways function within our county, ITD depends heavily on this, but that we don't have any contribution from ITD for any of this at this point. And I think we should. It's absolutely critical. In fact, probably the most complex and busiest intersections are on the state highways. So I think we should have ITD participate in this because it helps to make their facilities operate. Property taxpayers are.
I may have answered the wrong one. Which one are you speaking to?
This is the design contract for the Franklin Traffic Operations Center. Yeah.
Yes. No, they have not.
On number 3, yeah. Right. I asked Sean about that a couple weeks ago, and 1.3 just for the design, and I can't remember what the number is for the actual construction, which is huge, but it's all coming out. I asked him, is it all coming out of our general fund? Yep, it's all coming out of the local general fund. The state has the ability to give us more tools, and they've chosen not to, and yet we're going to be using the limited tools we have to help subsidize the functioning of state highway intersections and the traffic operations on the state highways. So I would like us to discuss with ITD helping to cover some of this cost.
Madam President,
Director.
Commissioner Hanson, you may have an excellent opportunity to do that on June 28th. We have set up that.
Saw that. Yep.
Yes, that might be an appropriate time. I'm more than happy to start that conversation with the operational leadership at ITD and such, but I think that'd be something that the commission would have to work.
Couldn't we hold off on the 1.3 authorization until after our ITD conversation?
I would recommend no.
So I'll just go on the record then when we do the consent agenda, voting no on that item. And 1.3 is the design, but I know it's multi-million-dollar contract on the construction cost, and so I'll just go on the record as voting no on that consent item. But I do want to see us. This is a top priority discussion with ITD, since the state doesn't give us any tools. Gives us very few tools, I should say, and yet we are helping to make their state highways operate.
Commissioner Hanson, just as a reminder, that is in the approved FY22 budget that the commission did pass.
Oh, true, but
just want to make sure you're aware of that.
Yeah, there's lots and lots of things in the budget that I didn't like, but there are things that I did like. So this is one that we have an opportunity to discuss with ITD, and we should do it. And
we can do that on the 28th. We can.
And again, with the commission,
that on our.
I'm more than happy to start that conversation at the operational level.
Absolutely.
That would be a good idea. Sure.
Absolutely. That's a big ticket item. It's bigger than the thing we were talking about last week or the week before on 8th Street.
Madam President.
All right, Commissioner Goldthorpe.
I'd like to go on the record of saying that, just because the state doesn't give us certain tools that maybe one or two of us might want, we really don't need to be taking it out on a state agency.
Noted. I would agree. I would agree. All right, Commissioner McKinney, any comments? All right, thank you. Director Wong?
Thank you. Commissioners, again, good morning. I have a couple things to share with you. And right off the bat, some very good news. Currently, we have 125 ACHD Rhodes Scholar graduates, with 100 of these 125 still wearing the ACHD colors to Commissioner Goldthorpe, with another 3 to 5 currently in training. Of really great news, we are now on track to see our 100th Roadmaster graduate on May 18th, with 83 of the 100 still serving ACHD. This is absolutely huge when it comes down to our operations here. As with all ACHD this does not just happen in a void. I would like to thank Dan Gullig, he is right, from HR, for shepherding this very important education and training program for ACHD, as ACHD leads the state in both Rhodes Scholar and Roadmaster graduation. Don, thank you for your stellar leadership in this huge milestone, which has made ACHD operations better in every avenue. So Don, if you would mind standing up. Commissioners, as you know, we pay attention to all economic, both at the state and federal levels, as we gauge additional impacts or operational impacts. The latest comparative statement of receipts and distributions posted by the Idaho Tax Commission, the sales tax distribution for transportation congestion mitigation, as you recall, that was one of the great things, has hit $88 million, and as of the end of April. With 2 months remaining in the state's fiscal year, the projected sales tax distribution amount is projected to be $106 billion, which means that $26 billion may be available for distribution, with approximately $4.7 million tentatively projected for ACHD. We will keep you posted as we move forward on this. Commissioners, on Monday, May 16th, the first day of this year's National Bike to Work Week, the League of American Bicyclists will announce their newest award winners for their bicycle-friendly business program. As you know, ACHD has had an exceptional reputation and long run as a silver award winner, but has always narrowly missed reaching for the gold. We have been asked not to make any formal announcements prior to the 16th, and we will not. However, I would suggest that the Commission be prepared for some great news regarding this prestigious recognition. As such, I would like to again recognize Meg McCarthy. She's right back there. Stand up, please. Should have seen her trying to get in here on time. This was just fun to watch coming from the.
She made it. I saw her come in.
Great. As such, I would like again, Meg. As such, it's great that she's here, as she's ACHD's first bicycle and pedestrian coordinator, and we're thanking her for her outstanding efforts in consistently elevating ACHD's efforts in supporting all users. Meg has been instrumental in raising the bar on bicycle and pedestrian policy integration into ACHD's many capital and community programs, as well as greatly upgrading ACHD's bicycle repair and support infrastructure. Meg, again, thank you for your energy in elevating ACHD's focus on this very important aspect of what we do, and I have kept my commitment. I have not said anything about. Okay, very good. And such.
Thanks, Meg.
Commissioners, on today's consent agenda, you will see the proposed professional service agreement to begin design protocols for our new Franklin Traffic Operations Center. As such, I did want to share a brief look back in history with you that may have been the foundation for the first important step in standing up the Traffic Operations Center and our future Ustic and Apple maintenance complexes. Prior to all of our time, I found this. 1993, A Vision for Change by the Ada County Highway District. And in one of these flaps, it says, planning for and developing new transportation facilities, 1993. Snooping around a little bit more, I found these. A Tiger Team report, some of you were on the board at the time, from Gary Inselman, Dave Sidar, Kurt Montgomery, on future facilities planning, 2013. I also found Ada County Highway District Future Facilities Plan, Bill, Lease, or Move, by the Tiger Team, Gary Inselden, Jeff Lau, Dave Serdar, Kurt Montgomery, 2013. So, it's been a while, and such, but I want to thank the commissioner again for having the vision to make these critical initiatives a reality. This is
Snowmageddon didn't hurt.
yeah. As I shared earlier, commissioners, we have coordinated with ITD and as such set Tuesday, January 28th at 11:30 at ACHD as the time and place for the first in a very long time, if not the first, ACHD ITD board joint meeting. As we get closer, we will keep you posted on any and all specifics to the meeting, and we'll be working with you to develop your proposed agenda items for this and sharing them with ITD as we go forward. This will be a big deal. This will be a great event. And you are all hosting this, and we'll be having lunch here as we move forward. On May 25th, you'll be hosting the public hearing on the proposed update to ACHD's impact protocols. As an update to you, we have received no additional comments to date from the public or land use agencies from the ones that D&T shared with you several weeks ago. So you'll be seeing that on May 25th, I'm sorry. You will also see a detailed staff summary report that addresses each of the proposed edits, and that'll be coming to you shortly. Stacy has something for you, and I'd like to hand out the letter that we sent. This was the letter that that we talked to you about earlier to Garden City regarding clarifications on the salt shed. It's off and running, but I wanted to make sure you all had a copy. And finally, commissioners, we have two very important events this Thursday. The first is the Leadership Meridian graduation, where ACHD's Christy Inselman from Plans and Aaron Johansson, from Communications will receive their graduation certificates. The second is the WTS will be hosting the annual Gala Awards with ACHD winning 5 of the 6 annual awards. It is going to be a very great night tomorrow as we move. So commissioners, with that, that is my administrative report for you. I stand for any questions that you may have.
Thank you, Director Wong. Commissioners, any questions?
Madam President.
Commissioner Pickering, it's good to see you.
Hi, everyone. I just have a couple questions for you, Bruce. On May 5th, we received a letter from Ada County, and I asked if they had received a response from us, and she said no. Do you have like a timeline to respond to their request, or does the commission need to act? Kind of where are we at with that letter?
We are working with their staff on that. You'll be seeing it in the near future.
Okay, and then I know I'm remote, so I didn't get the letter for Garden City, but as long as Stacy can send that to me some form or fashion, that'd be great.
Yeah.
We will take care of it.
Thank you.
We'll send you an email so that you have it.
Perfect. Thank you, Mary.
You bet. Thanks. All right, any other questions or comments? Okay, seeing none. Thank you, Director. We have a few minutes.
You bet.
All right, thank you.
trees.
Okay, welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us. And this morning we will be led by Diane Bevins with Pledge of Allegiance. Diane, thank you.
I pledge allegiance of the United States.
Thank you. All right, our first item on the agenda is to adopt the agenda.
So moved. Second.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Consent agenda. Items on the consent agenda are considered to be routine and will be enacted by one motion. There will be no separate discussion on these items unless a commissioner or a citizen so requests, in which case the item will be removed from the consent agenda and placed on the regular agenda. All consent agenda items are commission action items unless noted. Is there a motion?
Madam President,
Commissioner Hanson.
move to approve the consent agenda with the indication that I will be voting no on item 3.
Is there a second?
Yes, I second that.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay, motion passes. Thank you very much. First item on our regular agenda, public hearing and adoption of resolution number 2381 to vacate a portion of East Grand Forest Drive in Boise. And this is a request for adoption, and it is a public hearing. So I will go ahead and open up the public hearing. And welcome, Mr. Serdar.
Thank you. I'm looking at the sign here. I will try to limit it to 3 minutes.
Oh.
For the record, David Serdar, right-of-way supervisor, ACHD. This is a vacation public hearing, as well as decision briefing for a vacation on Grand Forest Drive in Boise. ACHD received an application for vacation from Hawkins Properties LLC. This vacation area is 2,246 square feet. ACHD has received the $2,500 application fee. Appraised value of the property is $9,555.43. This vacation was a requirement of Boise City and ACHD of approval of a potential site plan. This is the vicinity map of the area. As you can see, Grand Forest Drive goes kind of, is the north-south. Gowan Road is the east-west portion of this. As you can see, we're going to zoom in here a little bit to see the vacation area a little more clearly. This is, I don't think that, oops, what happened there? Thank you. This is actually a little bit of the preliminary design of what they anticipate going there. As you can see, the new access is going to be moved to the north there, kind of the northwest. The existing access aligns with that road that's coming in off on the right of Grand Forest. So when this is all done, there will still be the same access. It'll be kind of a private access. Most of that road will be private, and will be there will be further away from Gowan Road. So it is staff recommendation that we adopt and sign Resolution 2381, authorizing the proposed vacation as the applicants have completed all commission and staff requirements. I'll remain standing for any questions.
All right, thank you very much. Commissioners, any questions?
Madam President,
Commissioner McKinney.
just to clarify, I think it would be helpful, so essentially what's happening is the applicant for the development wants the approach connection to be further north.
Correct, and it was,
So the current one is being abandoned in favor of building a new one further north.
President May, Commissioner McKinney, that is correct.
Okay.
And I would probably go so far as the staff report that was attached actually seems to indicate that it was a request of ACHD and Boise City to move that access to the north.
Okay, great, thank you.
The caveat. Do you need to see the map again, or are you?
No,
are
I
you
think,
good?
I thought, it'd be helpful for any of the public who are paying attention to just have those facts.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you. Any other questions or comments? All right, seeing none, we'll go ahead. Ms. Spencer, has anyone signed up?
There's nobody signed up.
Nobody signed up? Nobody on Zoom that would like to address this? All right, no, then we will go ahead and close the public hearing.
Madam President,
Commissioners, this is before you.
I would make a motion that we approve and adopt resolution number 2381 to vacate a portion of East Grand Forest Drive in Boise.
Is there a second?
Second.
All right, any further discussion? All right, hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? All right, motion passes. Thank you very much. All right, and that was our only item on our regular agenda. Next, public communications. Anybody in the audience or on Zoom that would like to address the commission? We stand adjourned. Thank you. Now on our post-commission agenda, we'll have a work session, and we're gonna start up here and then move down. Is that, just go ahead, come on down right now, okay? We'll just go down and you need a break. We're done yet, go, there you are.
Are we ready?
Ready?
Okay, President May, Commissioners, Diane Bevins, Manager of Capital Projects. I feel like I've been in front of you guys quite a bit over the last few months compared to the last couple of years, so it's nice to be in front of you again. So I'm gonna do our first review of our very draft 23 budget, capital budget that, I'll just reiterate, it's very draft. We'll have many iterations as we go through the process, you know, setting revenue, balancing, that sort of thing. See if I can turn the mouse on. Oh. Okay. So I'll be doing a high-level review of the design, right-of-way, and construction categories. It's not working very good. The mouse doesn't seem to be working very good. I think I'll have some assistance. Next slide, please. You saw this table when I gave my budget review for our ops budget back in March, but I wanted to show it again since we were reviewing, past budgets before. So you have your FY21, what was budgeted, what was expended, and then our current FY2 budget. And I would say right away and construction are pretty consistent, but as you can see, we've really tried to up the design and getting more designs done. So next slide. Thank you. Okay, so the design highlights. We will be starting design on the USTIC and Apple maintenance complexes. We will, right now in the budget, we have 19 concept designs. We have our access to opportunity projects, our raised grant projects, and I just want to note that even if we don't get that grant, we will initiate the design process through the federal aid process, which is through ITD, and that takes 8 months to a year to initiate if we get the grant or not. So by saying we're going to start those projects next year, it's really getting the SLAs in place, getting the RFQs out, consultant selection, but design probably wouldn't actually start until almost FY24 for those projects. We will start design on ours.
Commissioner Pickering?
I have a question for Diane, if that's okay.
You bet.
Diane, could you clarify a little bit on the bit about the raise grant? Because some of the projects did intersect ITD, but some of them didn't. So would there be any variation between the projects that don't connect to ITD versus the ones that do, going through that process that you've just described?
Yes, Commissioner Pickering, we plan to federalize all of these projects. We will design them to federal standards so that in the future, say if we didn't get the grant, we would position ourselves having designed them to federal standards to then apply for a grant for construction. So it's not in relation to ITD facilities. It's that we want to design and build these projects with federal aid money and to federal aid standards.
Thank you, that makes sense. I appreciate it.
The State Highway 16 supportive projects, that's the $36.5 million. We will be starting design on the projects. We continue on with our integrated pavement maintenance projects, all of our standard maintenance projects that we have each year, but with the integrated approach that the commission approved a couple of years ago. We'll have 12 projects or bundles, and all in all, it's about 50 new design projects next year. I went backwards. Right of way. Thank you, Ken. So right of way, there are about 46 projects in right of way right now. I just wanted to highlight a few of the large projects that we have been working on design and talking to the commission about. The Lake Hazel corridor includes multiple projects: Lake Hazel and Eagle, Lake Hazel and Cloverdale, Lake Hazel, Cloverdale to 5 Mile. Any questions on right-of-way? Okay, next slide, please. Construction. So we do have construction budget for our traffic ops and preliminary starting the USTIC maintenance complexes. We have 14 bridge projects, 10 integrated maintenance projects, 8 community programs, and 2 CIP projects, Locust Grove, Victory to Overland, and the Victory and Locust Grove roundabout. So, but all in all, that's about 36 construction projects. And I don't see that changing too much because we have those ready to go and ready to bid out next year. So, next slide.
Madam President.
Commissioner Hanson?
Diane, just remind me, what is it that causes a community program project to be bumped into a capital project? There's 8 of them of the community projects because you got lots and lots. What is it that?
So, Commissioner Hanson, if I understand the question right, so all of our community programs projects are capital projects. They go through the capital budget.
Right.
So are you talking about programming, what gets them programmed into a certain
We're
year?
only doing 8 community projects next year?
that is what is in the budget right now, but I will point out, our integrated maintenance projects include a lot of sidewalk gaps now, and
Right, but those don't get counted as a
Yes.
capital project, those are maintenance.
correct. They're still in the capital budget,
Oh, okay.
so,
Definitions that get me.
right, it is how we track them through the integrated 5-year work plan, where we have commission set, goals for spending on bridges, community programs. So those 8 projects, I don't have that list right in front of me, I apologize, would meet our spending goals that we have for VRF and the commission spending goals that they have given us. So I'm assuming they are large projects.
Okay, yeah, we'll dig into it in the future.
Yes. Okay, next slide, please. And just wanted to touch on some of our initiatives, and some of these, again, you saw in my presentation in March, and some of them are new, but we are working to increase design capacity, which part of that is bundling projects. I feel like that's been successful. We have larger design packages with one consultant, one contract, and we're able to get more done with one project team. We've provided flexibility in our process and increased consultant tasks. Increasing right-of-way capacity, appraisals right now is the pitch point. I think you've been briefed on that. So we're taking additional efforts, like reaching out to ITD. Their on-call list is the list that we use, and they have appraisers from, say, Coeur d'Alene or Twin Falls or Pocatello that we don't normally use. But one initiative we're looking at is reaching out to them if we have a large enough project that it's worth traveling here, paying those additional travel expenses, but to have appraisers available for our projects, because that's really going to be the pinch point in getting to construction and getting these projects on the ground. So mitigating project delays, some of those efforts are increasing our scoping effort with consultants, city coordination, public coordination, outreach. The earlier we know about a change or request in the project process, the better. Because really those late additions and late changes is what slows our projects down and on the design side. Obviously continuing strong public outreach is part of that. Monitoring costs and the economic environment. This is a new one that I know Director Wong has been talking to you guys about a lot, but we've seen our design contracts, they're coming in higher dollar amounts. Just like us, consultants are having to raise wages to keep people, to recruit people. And our construction bids, just like on Kootenai, where we didn't get any bids, we didn't realize we were bidding against State Highway 16 and ITD at the time. So I feel like, monitoring the other bids that are out, and we're gonna really try our best to bid earlier and allow more flexibility in, say, the notice to proceed dates. So basically we set a duration of the contract and give the contractor flexibility on when they can start. And obviously if there's parameters like working with a school or something like that, we can still add those to our projects. So that is the conclusion of my presentation. I will stand for any questions.
Thank you, Diane. Appreciate the overview. Commissioners, any questions, comments for Diane? No? All right.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
As always. All right, commissioners, that's it for today.
Just a question, are we doing the initial balancing work next week? I'm still using.
No, we're not.
Oh, can we have a new, an updated list of them?
Yeah, is that the,
No, the budget calendar for,
oh, yeah, we will do that.
that'd be great.
Yeah, we're just kind of, we had to move a few things, so